KJ from Cali. Now you can really do this whole track without. I'm KJ from Cali. I'm KJ. I'm KJ from Cali. Now you can really do this whole track without. I'm KJ from Cali.
Okay, what's up, world? It's time for True Stories with KJ from Cali. Now, all these is true stories, so you can believe them or not, I don't care. It's a beautiful day out today, kinda, but true story. I was driving down the street, South Central LA, right, and somebody, once I get out my car, somebody stopped me. They stopped me. They was like, "Yo, I know who you are." I was like, "Oh, really? Well, who am I?" He was like, "You KJ from Cali." I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh, so what you want me to do for you?" He's like, "Well, all I need you to do is just sign me an autograph and I'll be cool." I was like, "Oh, all right." So he pulls out a piece of paper or whatever, and I sign the autograph, and he gives me a 5 or whatever. Like, "Hey, yo, whatever you need, man." He's like, do you play video games?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, I work at the GameStop around the way, so if you need a video game, man, just come in there and holler at me." So I was like, "Oh, all right, well that's cool, man." I was like, "Oh, okay." So that this is a true story, right? Now notice he asked for my, he didn't even ask for my name. He knew my name already before I even met dude, right? So I was kicking back one day. I was like, "Dang, I need a new video game for this PS3, dude." So I started thinking. I was like, what video game do I have for the PS3? And I thought about it. I was like, "Dang, I ain't got that new Grand Theft Auto game yet." So I'll naturally, he's like, "If you need anything, go to the video game store just around the way, and this dude is gonna hook me up with something." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's gravy." I was like, so we drive right back around the way to the GameStop, whatever, and I see him in there. I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" He goes, "Oh, KJ from Cali, you guys came in?" I was like, "Yeah, I need to pick up a new video game for my PlayStation or whatever." And I was like, "So you got me?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll give you a major discount on it. What game do you want?" So I was like, and you know me, I was trying to be cheap all the time, so I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Let me get that new Grand Theft Auto 4 game." He was like, "Grand Theft Auto 4? I was like, "Yeah." He picks up a new copy, but I was trying to be cheap that day. I didn't want to spend the full $60 on Grand Theft Auto 4, because personally, I was watching my guy play, and the game did not look all that good, right? So I was like, okay. I was like, "You know what? Just let me get a used copy of that, and that's all. That's all I need, just a used copy of it." So he reached into the drawer behind him, pulls out a freaking used copy of Grand Theft Auto 4, and so he opens it up. He's like, "Oh, nah, I can't get you this one." I was like, "Why not?" He was like, "Because this one ain't got a map in it." So I looked at him, I was like, "Dude, that's okay. There's a map on the game. I can use that map." He was like, "Nah, dude." He's like, "No, I gotta get you a map." So I was like, "Yo, why do they even put a map in the Grand Theft Auto games anyway? Like, is somebody actually gonna be playing the video game and like, oh, dang, I don't know where I'm at. Hold on. Oh, that's where I'm in, Central Park. There's a map on the game." So I was like, "Listen, dude, the map is not important. So you can just give me the video game. Like, as long as the game works, as long as it's not scratched up or nothing, and it's playable, I'm cool with it, man." He's like, "No, we gotta get you a game, man. We gotta get you a game with a map in it." I was like, "Okay." I was like, so when you gonna have a used game in there with dang map in it, so we can get going in it? Cause I got stuff to do. I got a show in like 30 minutes, man. He's like, "Okay." He's like, "I'll tell you what." He's like, "I can get fired for this, but I'm gonna crack open a new game and put the map in the used copy, right?" So I was like, "All right, yeah, that's cool. Just do whatever. Make sure I get my map. Make sure I get my video game." Like, the map wasn't even all that important to me, but apparently it was important to the dude that was working at GameStop. So I was like, "Okay, that's cool. But his manager had walked in right then and there, like right when he was gonna crack open the game, and he can get fired for that. So I was like, "Dang." I was like, you know what, man? Yo, I was like, "All right, here it goes right here. How about I'll just buy a fresh new copy, man. I was like, just give me a new one, and it'll be done. I'll pay the full $60 for it. Just give me a new copy. He was like, oh, okay. So this dude gonna come up to me. He gonna go, yo, can I interest you in a GameStop card? I was like, nah, man, I'm kind of in a rush. He was like, come on, man. He's like, I get commissions for everybody who signed up for a card. I was like, all right, man, I'll help you out. So he gonna ask me for my name. Apparently, like naturally, by what everybody called me, I told him KJ from Cali. He's like, no, I need your full name on this one. So I was like, okay, my name is Allison, right? And so he types that in, right? And I'm like, okay. I was like, is that all? He's like, no, where you live at? So I gave him my address. I live at the street, right? And he was like, okay, so where you from? So I looked at dude. I was like, are you seriously asking me this question? He's like, yeah, where you from? I was like, dude, I'm from California. He's like, oh, well, why you gonna look at me crazy like I'm supposed to know that? So I looked at dude. I was like, you know who I am, right? He was like, yeah, you're KJ from Cali. I was like, so you're supposed to know where I'm from. He's like, oh, so your name actually means like where you from? And I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, what you expect? He was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, here goes your GameStop card. He's like, I even put like $50 on it, so if you need a new video game, you can come right here and go pick up something, and I got you. I was like, yeah, okay, man. That's all good, man. So right now, to this day, when I'm in Los Angeles, California, I don't go to that GameStop no more because that dude was wiggity whack, man, with a cherry on top. And like, if I ever see him again, remind me to run and hit a fence or call the cops or something. Like, I'm usually against calling the cops, but this dude was just straight wiggity whack. Hey, yo, that's true story by KJ from Cali. So right now I gotta go. Peace.